Let me tell you a story about a man. My man, Billy. We moved here for a better life. But he was lost for a while. Until beauty found him.
Let's go there.
Hey everybody, I'm Mr. F. Welcome to Critic Lunch. I'll be talking about the National Geographic documentary Billy and Molly, An Otter Love Story. We got a whole lot of other things from our Critic Lunch Critics to talk about, but before we do any of that, grab your popcorn, grab your number 2 pencils, folks. It's time for a pop quiz. Question 1. What's the title of the animated series coming in 2025 to Disney Plus that will follow warriors tasked with finding dangerous vibranium artifacts? Is it A, Eyes of Sokovia, B, Eyes of Wakanda, C, Eyes of Gotham, or D, Eyes of Potatoes? What TV family will host a real-time animated Monday Night Football game on December 9th? Is it A, The Simpsons, B, The Flintstones, C, The Kardashians, or D, The Byers? Question number 3. 90% of the world's population of sea otters live where? A, England, B, Asia, C, Antarctica, or D, Alaska? And finally, our short response question, how did the otter get to the hospital after he broke his paw? Now, because I am absolutely shameless, I will sprinkle the answer to your pop quiz throughout the show. Let's go to Monday's Critic Lunch question. On Monday, we asked the Critic Lunch Critics, what's better, CGI effects or practical effects? Our critics went big time with CGI effects. 82% of you preferred CGI, while only 18% loved the practical more. Diamond Queen says that CGI just looks so much better, and Elle says you can see CGI more clearly, and there are so many more options and possibilities. On the other side, Jake says that practical effects actually look more real, which, you know what, Jake? I'm on your side. Our first review today from our Critic Lunch Critics comes from Ra. Ra will be talking Iron Man 2. Ra says, Iron Man 2 is a great movie. I love the amazing CGI and also the actors who all played their respective roles. It's a great movie, Iron Man 2. What do you guys think? Which is the better Iron Man, 1, 2, or 3? You know, discuss. Well, we're already to the answer to question number 1. What's that new Disney animated series coming out next year? It's going to be B, Eyes of Wakanda. Disney Plus announced this week several shows coming to its service in 2025, including titles Daredevil, Born Again, Wonder Man, and The Thunderbolts, among others. All right, we're up to Tuesday. Tuesday's Critic Lunch question asked, what's the best movie or show based on a video game? The Critic Lunch Critics have spoken. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. Ski Rat likes it because it's not super scary and it's kind of kid-friendly. And Ra says, you know what, it's about time it got its own movie. And we had a tie in second place. Sparky likes Angry Birds and says that both the game and the movie are really good. And Ugg says that Super Mario Brothers is super funny. Super opinion, Ugg. Here at Critic Lunch, we talk about movies using the TNT review. T stands for take, as in what's your opinion. N stands for what did you notice that led you to that opinion. And the last T just stands for talk. Talk more about the thing you watched. So here's my TNT review for Billy and Molly, An Otter Love Story. The documentary Billy and Molly, An Otter Love Story is amazingly inspirational. It's about a man and an otter who become best friends. No, really. And that story may sound more strange, bizarre, or otter, if you will, than inspirational. But I can confirm inspirational it is. The magical thing about this movie is that his connection to Molly doesn't just help Billy. Watching their relationship grow deepens our own understanding of nature, parenting, purpose, and even friendship. Extending the power of their relationship to us, the audience, is a credit and a great achievement by the director, the editor, the cinematographer, the entire filmmaking crew who worked on this amazing movie. All right, the answer to question number 2. What TV family is going to host a Monday Night Football game? That would be A, The Simpsons. The game will feature the Cincinnati Bengals going up against the Homer team, the Dallas Cowboys. So Wednesday's Critic Lunch question asked our Critic Lunch critics, If the Avengers played Hogwarts, that's staff and students, in a game of softball, who would come out on top? 67% chose the Avengers. Chalk Eater says Hulk would be an unstoppable pitcher and he'd slam a bunch of home runs. Snake says the Avengers would win because cybernetics are better than magic. I say it's hard to say because both franchises certainly have hit grand slams at the box office. Speaking of Snake, Snake has got a review for us. It's about the Resident Evil film, I believe the first one from 2002. Here's what Snake has to say about it. Resident Evil is a great horror action movie that trails off from the original story. By doing this, that keeps it fresh and suspenseful. The directors managed to pull off a mixture of practical effects and CGI, resulting in clean and nearly perfect effects. For example, the zombies are done by extras with great makeup, while things such as explosions are done with CGI. Awesome review, Snake. Thank you so much for sharing. Now your answer to question 3, where do most sea otters live? Most of them live, 90% as a matter of fact, in Alaska. On Thursday, Critic Lunch question is, what is the saddest Pixar movie of all time? And it wasn't even close, folks. Up sailed all the way up to first place. Snake says it's because it perfectly shows every stage of grief. No Chick-fil-A sauce liked it so much because it's both a sad movie and a good movie. And Legendary Ironskin adds that Up is a classic and will never get old, and that's what makes it such an emotional movie. Our last film review today is on a short film called Lost and Found. Here's what Rambo has to say about that film. Lost and Found is a great movie. The characters have good and expressive body language. The characters have a good bond with each other and seem quite comfortable with each other. And it makes it seem like a much more less tense and laid-back movie to watch just for a good time. I've seen the film. I can vouch for Rambo. It's great. Check it out. You can find it somewhere on YouTube, I'm sure. And now for a couple of movies coming out soon that you're definitely not going to want to miss. First up, we've got Lost on a Mountain in Maine. Based on the book by the same name, the film tells the inspiring story of a 12-year-old boy who, separated from his family by a fast-moving storm, must fight to stay alive during his 9-day adventure lost in the backwoods of Maine. It comes out November 1st in theaters near you. Another film that's already dropped on Netflix, so you can watch it right away. I am so excited about this one. It's called The Remarkable Life of Ibelin. Matt Steen, a Norwegian gamer, died of a degenerative muscular disease at the age of 25. His parents mourned what they thought had been a lonely and isolated life when they started receiving messages from online friends around the world. This film won an audience award at this year's Sundance Festival, which is usually a good sign that it's going to be an incredible film. Again, it's on Netflix, available to watch right away. Okay, time to share the answer to our short response question. How did the otter get to the vets after he hurt his paw? Well, he took a tow truck, of course. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I love talking movies and shows and everything you're watching with all the Critic Lunch critics out there. We'll see you back here next week. Until then, keep watching stuff, keep talking about stuff, and make every lunch a Critic Lunch.